Hey guys, Jason here. I'm going to take you through a little routine that I think is going to help with your stiffness of your joints. So if you ever wake up in the morning and you just feel your spine is stiff, your knees are stiff, you go to squat down, pick something up, just your whole body is super stiff. So as we get older, the joints will stiffen up, tighten up a bit. So what we want to do is we want to kind of lubricate the joints, get them loosened up so you can, and especially I would recommend doing this early in the morning to loosen you up for whatever things you got to do during that day. So basically it's kind of a head to toe type of thing. So what you're going to do is you're going to get your feet shoulder width apart, hands on the hips, and we're going to start with just some neck rotation. So you're going to rotate to the side as far as you can go, hold for a second or two, rotate to the other side, hold. As you're turning your head, what you want to make sure that you don't do is that you're not twisting your upper body and you're keeping that core tight. You're only turning or rotating through your neck. And you're only going to go to a comfortable end range and hold. I would do 10 each direction, and then you can do some up, down, chin to the chest, up, down. Same thing. Your head's moving, but you're not arching through your back or bending forward as you're doing this. What I would recommend that you don't do, is you'll see people do this, is this twisting like this. You can do a side bend, shoulder, ear to shoulder. You're going to feel that stretch right along here. Other side, so you get the good stretch. And you're going to notice one side might be real locked up and stiff. You might want to do a few extra on that side. So basically you've got rotation, up and down, and side to side, but you're not doing circles. That puts a lot of strain on your cervical spine. Okay, so now the next one, shoulder rolls. So you're going to go up, back, and down. So I'm rolling up, back, and down. From the side, imagine if you had a pencil coming out your shoulder, you're drawing a perfect circle with that pencil. Up, back, down. Again, I'm keeping my core nice and tight, abs are contracted, and it's just moving through the shoulder joint. And then you're going to do 10 the opposite way. So you go up, forward, and down. Make sure you're breathing. So I do 10 there. Now the next one I'm going to have you guys do, arm circles. So arms are out. You're going to start small circles forward, progressing to larger circles. Now I have pretty good shoulder range of motion. I can go big circles. You may only be able to go here. That's okay. The goal is to try to go a little bit bigger each time and progress to where you can do bigger circles. Then you would go the opposite direction. So backwards. Core is tight, going small to large circles. Okay, now the next one I'm going to have you do is the side bend reach. So from here, what you're doing, if you want, you can put one hand on the hip. You're going to reach over and you're going to drive that hip out to the side and reach over the top of your head so you feel that stretch right down in your hip into your rib cage, and then you're going to go the opposite way. Reach. And just holding for a couple seconds. And then doing the side bend and reach over the top. And again, maybe 10 each direction. You can do more. You can go up to 20. Okay, now the next one, hula hoops. So you're going to put your hands right on your hips, and if you think of your pelvis as like a hoop or a bowl, you want to keep that pelvis level. Hands on the hips, and you're going to draw a perfect circle with your hips. Start small and progressively get larger and larger with your circles until you feel like obviously you don't want to go into any point where you get any pain as you're doing these through your hips or through your back. So keeping your core tight And now doing those circles large, and then I'm going to go opposite direction. And I want to warn you, if you haven't done these, your brain and your body haven't made that connection. So you're going to go, this feels weird. Like you can't do it. So just keep practicing. Start with a small circle and then slowly progress. So you're going to do your reps both directions. And then now the next one, this is going to work balance too. You're going to bring your knee up and you're going to step out and over like you're stepping over something. Again, keep your core tight, good posture all the time. Knee up and out. Now I have to be a little bit careful on this one because I actually have a arthritic hip on the left side. That's no fun. But these exercises actually, I probably should have had a hip replacement a long time ago, and I'm doing pretty good actually. So if you do some of these things, you don't have to jump and go under the knife. You strengthen and you stabilize and you work on your range of motion. Okay, so that's the hip openers, so maybe 10 or so, 10 to 20 on each side. And now this one, you're going to rotate and twist. So I'll step back a little bit because you want to see what's happening with my feet. I'm not doing this and locking my feet down. I'm unlocking my hip by pivoting through my foot. Almost like if you play golf, it's that follow through on the golf swing. Rotating. My shoulders and hips are rotating as one unit. I'm not turning the shoulders and then the hips. Keeping tension on my core. Rotate. Now, another good reason to do this is as we get older, you've seen people that are like 70, 80s, right? They walk, shuffle, and then they go to turn and they have to do this. It's because they've lost that ability to rotate. Transverse plane movement. All right. So now on the next one, I'm going to come down and we're going to do a little cat camel. This is especially really good early in the morning when your spine is stiff. I'm going to have my shoulders right over my wrists, my hips right over my knees, and from here I'm just going to roll my back up, roll it down, look up, tuck my chin, roll it up, and only go to the end range. Don't force it beyond what you can do. Inhale, exhale. And again, maybe 10, 20 of those. And then from here, I'm going to go back on my heels, feel the stretch, and then I'm going to come forward into cobra. Head up, try to get those hips dropping towards the ground as much as you can. Head up, and then rock back. Sit back on your heels. Come forward. Hold each one at the end range. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000. Forward, cobra. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000. And back. Good. Okay, now next one. We're going to open up the hips a little bit. So what you're going to do is you're going to have feet wide, a little wider than shoulder width. My butt's on the ground, and what I'm going to do from here, I'm pushing through my palms and I'm trying to get up nice and tall. I'm not slouching forward, and I'm just going to rotate my knee. My left knee is going towards the ground. Now this is the knee that I have, or the hip that I have the issue with. So I'm limited, but it'll loosen up as I do it. And then we're going to go the other way. Drive that knee in. See, I can go much further. Staying tall, and trying to keep my butt on the ground. I'm not lifting my butt off the ground yet. So I would do maybe 10 of those, and then I would actually move into more where I'm coming over here and lifting up. So a little bigger movement on here, coming up, rotating those knees towards the ground, opening up the hips a little bit more, engaging some different muscles here, side to side. Good. And then another good one, now we're going down on the back. You're going to cross one leg over the other, and from here, you're going to actively drive the knee out as you push out on the leg. Holding that, 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000. I'm going to relax, bring it in, push out, 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000. Again, I'm not lifting my hips or rolling with my hips. I'm keeping my butt on the ground. Everything's anchored. Pushing out until I feel that good stretch. Come back. Again, you want to do about 10 of these or more. And then switch. Now you're going to see a difference here, right? So arthritis in the hips here limits my range of motion. So now I'm going to push out, 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, little discomfort, come back, push out, 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, back. And again, I'm going to do at least 10 of these each side. Good. And now from here, feet are down. Now I'm just going to do windshield wipers side to side. Keeping my shoulders down now. I'm allowing my hip to come up a little bit on these. You can do that. Just a little more freestyle, not locking the hips down as much. Just going side to side. All right, now the last one I'll show you. There's a lot of different ones I could show you, but these are good. This is a good start. You're going to grab behind your knee. Try to get it so your leg is perpendicular here. This part of your thigh, you're straight up, knee straight up towards the ceiling. I'm gonna extend the leg out, pull my toes to my nose, hold it, 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, relax. Extend out, 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, relax. The key thing here is as you come up, don't keep your toe pointed, pull your toes towards your nose. And you're going to do 10 on each leg. Then you would go to the other side and do 10 on that side. And then the only other one actually I'll show you here is after these, hold behind your leg and do some circles with your ankles. So you go clockwise for 10, start small, and then you would do at least 10 and then counterclockwise with the other ankle. And then switch off, same thing here. Start small, progressively getting larger. Then going the other way. See, my left ankle, it's harder to go because I sprained that years ago, and it's still, I notice a little difference. It's better than it was. Okay, there you got it. A little morning routine, get rid of some of that stiffness in your joints. If you have any questions, just message me. If you like the video, hit like at the bottom.